Hey guys, Karina here, your Lucid Living coach. Guess what time it is? It's 222. What a great synchronicity for this new moon in Libra video that I'm doing. 2 represents 2 people, partnership, relationship, harmony. And if you were to add 2 together, it would be 6. And 6 is about the physical world. So we're really trying to manifest things into this physical world through our relationships and our partnerships with others. So this new moon in Libra is at 13 degrees. And as I look at the chart, let me see this chart. Pull this little chart up for us or me. I'll show you later maybe in my edits. But I pull up the chart for the new moon in Libra, and we have the moon at 13 degrees, conjunct the sun at 13 degrees, and Mars at 13 degrees. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is huge because the last moon cycle in Libra was on March 28th, and that was a full moon in Libra, and that full moon was actually conjunct Venus. So we got this polarity going on, this balance between the masculine and the feminine. And this is a numerology 4 because 1 plus 3 is 4. And in astrology, the 4th house is the house of home. And in numerology, almost from prehistoric times, the number 4 was employed to signify what was solid, what could be touched and felt. And that is also the 6, because it's things that we manifest in the reality, this 3D reality, our 5 senses, right? So it's relationship also with the cross, right? Which is the 4 points of the cross in Christ. And Christ is embodied. We are Christ embodied. We are God embodied in Christ, in this body. I have 2 arms and I have 2 legs, and then I have the head. Okay, this is the star, the 5-pointed star. We are star embodied. So the 5 points of the star is Venus. That's Venus's rotation. When she rotates around the sky, it makes a star, a 5-pointed star. And Libra is the ruler of Venus, the 4 points. Okay, this is made an outstanding symbol of wholeness and a symbol which drew all to itself. Libra is about keeping balance and neutrality through conscious action in relationships, finding the balance, cooperation, fairness, and agreeability within these alliances. So I wanted to read a little bit of the inside degrees and make some announcements before we get into energy. So let me look this up. Libra at 13 degrees. I'm going to take a little sippy whippy. So the title for this is Men and Women in White Towels in a Steam Bath and Sweating Profusely. So when you are personally ill, disattuned, all broken up, you can find a kind of healing and transformation by exposing yourself to shared experiences that give you a boost and let you release what has gotten you to this point. You will find others in similar places to your own. Rituals and styles of change, of opening, of becoming somebody new can become a way of life in themselves. Being thrust into collective cycles, taking on collective karmas, and immersing yourself in what is going on with everybody, feeling it all, sensing what it is like to be human, to be wounded, to be searching, alive to the multiple chemistries along an open-ended pathway. Yet you also tend to loop back, to grow attached to the way it seems, and to be naive to what you are really doing after all. Experiences and processes must be the springboard into really becoming free. And perhaps also by rooting into a place where love is born, out of whose source you can give so abundantly and be sustained in the universal flow as one who kept at it until all the emblems gave way to the adventure authentically embraced. Okay. Wow, that really painted a picture. I really love how this guy writes. I do. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read also the Venus, because Venus is at 28 degrees of Scorpio, and this is the ruler of this new moon. So I'm going to read this, and then we'll see what energy that Venus is also bringing to this. And this is the building. The only part of it left is the cornerstone. Whoa. Sacrificing and renouncing the full flood of all of you are capable of in order to make way for the bare bones of what stark destiny insists upon. Dropping everything to become attuned to collective destiny calls. Doing so often with considerable damage to yourself. A ruthless will, a fierce life direction, almost no self-compassion or self-sympathy. It has got to be this way if you are intent upon making yourself available to what is asked or intended with every part of yourself out of the picture except your core, indomitable convictions that something hugely important is going on here, and all personal considerations are as nothing. This is the path that will draw you through some scary and extreme places, many deaths, and can draw you into the place of sheer one-pointed reality, into becoming as lucidly all here as can humanly be attained. Well, that was kind of a weird structure of a sentence, but there is that degree point. So the announcements for this month's workshop, I will be hosting in Crockett. I have 3 courses. I have the beginning of learning how to read astrology charts. Okay, if you always wanted to learn how to read astrology charts, if you want to be an astrologist, if you want to just learn, grow, and evolve and do predictions for yourself, this is the great course. I have a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced. And after these 3 workshops, you'll have the solid foundation and tools to be able to read a birth chart. I'll be hosting that on October 15th at 6 p.m. If you're interested, please contact me. The information is right below. And it is $180 for all 3. And if you would like a discount and buy all 3 all at once, then I have a discount, but you're going to have to buy really soon to get the $120 for all 3, because that's not going to last long. And I will leave that information in the description below. So let's get right into this. Hold on. Someone must be at the door. Oh, hey, come in. Oh my God, my bestie's here. And guess what? It's perfect for this Libra video. Can you get in frame? Look it. This is my friend Candace.
Hey.
We all drinking here. Get up in here. See? Even this is trying to balance us, both in the frame. See? Go forward. Yeah, go forward. There we go. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, you keep disappearing. It's the Libra balance, I'm telling you. Because Libra is about balancing self with others and being too dominant and too submissive. And it looks like you're being submissive right now. Get in there.
It's hard being
Get in there. Well, I was going to offer you some tea, but it looks like you already came with some.
I did. Just being feminine and balanced.
All right, well, I have a visitor, and I'm going to go ahead and get into the Libra new moon video, and I'm going to bring her in after to to do readings. Would you like that? I didn't even ask you. I'm sorry. I'm forcing you.
Yeah, I don't
So,
mind.
so would you want to do the reading?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay. Awesome. Hey, I'm glad you came over.
Me too.
I love hanging out with my besties. All right. So, what do we got going on here? So, I just wanted to make a couple announcements with the astrology. October is a crazy, dynamic time of year, but especially this year. October is my favorite month of the year, if you all should know, because I love Halloween and that Scorpio energy because it's in my 4th house of home. And I just love being home and being all cozy with my teas and stuff, but it's finally here. So yay, I've been waiting for this October, specifically in 2021, because this is when all the planets go direct and Mercury actually goes retrograde. And I'm going to give you the dates later in this video, so stick around. Now, this October is especially memorable as there's a lot of astrological shifts that will be making big changes in our lives. We will be walking through a massive portal. Imagine being in an incubator, okay, where you have everything you need to grow and to transform, and then being let go on your own, okay? This is kind of the energy October has. This October is coming out of our shell and creating movement and action. We have been thinking and testing different directions of our lives. Okay, we're seeing, okay, our life can go this way. If I make this decision, it can go that way. We are at a crossroads right now, and we have an idea of how we want things to unfold in our life. We have things holding us back. We have constraints, right? This is what retrogrades are all about. It's holding us back from moving forward so we can make sure that we're rethinking everything and that we are aligned on the path that we want to move forward on. So now we will be having the energy with this new moon in Libra to move forward. This new moon is one of transformation because Pluto, which has been retrograde since April, will be direct exactly on this new moon. And the new moon is on October 6th. Now, this is huge. So if you have your birth chart, go ahead and look at where 24 and 26 degrees of Capricorn is. Okay, this area was being really highlighted in 2017 and 18 and 19, right? And then now this is Pluto being here is the last little dude, because we had Jupiter and we had Saturn transit here, but Pluto's the last guy in Capricorn, and he's really dismantling and he is reconstructing Capricorn, which is our systems, it's our structures, it's our old systems and structures. Okay, so it's like it's transforming not only our schools, our government, our place, like, you know, religion and statues and what our value systems. Okay, so this is all getting transformation. Now, wherever it is in your chart is also doing the same in our lives. So this is where the transformation is taking place. And Libra also. There's a lot of action going on in Libra right now. So what have you been working to renew? Leos have been working on the way they work and their health regimens and how they want their values and how they want their daily rituals and routines to look like. And for everyone, Pluto will be speaking to us about what needs our attention that will create movement and growth. So Venus is the ruler of this new moon, and she is opposite Uranus. And this is usually big shifts and changes in our love life, in our finances, and in our partnerships. So this new moon in Libra is conjunct Mars, and this is where we're getting a lot of the energy from. This will be giving us the drive and the passion for action. And I've been dying for this energy to come back, because when Mars was going through Leo, I had so much energy to get things going and get things started and moving. Well, some of those projects are still waiting for that energy to return. And I'm really hoping during this Mercury retrograde that I could wrap up all these unfinished projects that I started when Mars was going through Leo. But now that Mars is in Libra, we're really passionate and we're really excited about moving these partnerships. These could be business partnerships, romantic love partnerships, our friendships. Like, we are trying to partner together to create this new world, this new life that we envision for ourselves. Libra is about partnerships and relationships with others and balancing our needs with the needs of others. We are linking up and dividing to create more harmony and balance and solid togetherness. So if you're in a partnership that is not working, you guys aren't coming together, you guys don't have a vision, you guys are just fighting and battling all the time, and there's no common ground to stand on, this is the time to separate, to get connected with those partnerships that have a lot of love and nurturing and growth and ideas and future visions and commonalities and a likeness. Now, this also is taking a look at where you stand in the way that you have partnerships around you, right? So with masculine and feminine energy, with Libra energy, this is balancing the aggressive type, overly controlling, overly aggressive type, right? And the overly submissive and easily controlled type energy, right? So we're looking to balance these aspects within ourselves and others, right? Because the best partnerships are the ones where you both are working together, and one is not trying to dominate the other, and the other one's not giving in to everything, right? Because there's no growth and evolution there. There is no working together. There is my way or the highway, and then there's like this withering and this death where this other person is just submitting to everything. That's not healthy for that person. And so we are balancing these two dichotomies within us to find the justice and the harmony and the balance within our partnerships and relationships. And once that is mastered within a partnership or relationship, you can grow a lot of wealth. And this is why Libra's ruled by Venus. Venus is abundance. It is financial abundance. It is wealth. And it's not only in money, but it's in life and love, okay? So Venus is in the last degrees of Scorpio, and she's experiencing this death, this loss, this shedding of skin for the new skin to shine through. And Mars is helping this process by pushing it forward with action. Now, the masculine and the feminine are both working hard to transform together without leaving one another behind. They are both battling their own challenges separately so that they can come together as a solid unit. Now, the full moon in Libra that happened on March 28th this year, Venus was conjunct with Chiron and the sun as the moon stood across in Libra by herself. All the energy was in Aries. Now all of it's in Libra. We are finding this balance between the masculine and feminine. And in this new moon, both masculine and feminine are the major players here. And they are really trying to create this balance and harmony with others and themselves. This was a very emotional time back in March. If anyone could remember, March was a very emotional time, and the full moon was very intense. It was looking deeply at our wounding in the area of our lives all year. Chiron is a huge player in both this new moon in Libra, and March's full moon in Libra that happened earlier this year. Now, Mars is standing in this new moon in Libra, igniting the fire within the masculine and feminine to come together as Chiron stands across, reminding them that our wounding is how we got here, where we are today. So think about that. Where were you in March and how far have you grown? How far have you come in relationship with yourself and in the relationship with others? And also being able to heal the wounds that keep us from connecting with others. So that we can use our wounds to launch us into an even better situations. Okay? We have the strength to overcome these hardships as we've done it before. Look at us. You guys, look around. We are still here. As the old world is dying, people are dying a lot more in the last year and a half than it has in a very long time. And the transformations are still freshly around us because those that are left behind are the ones suffering still. This is the apocalypse cycle coined by my very favorite astrologist, Mike the Peace Stealer. Life is short. So what are we waiting for? Don't take our time. Don't take our time here for granted. We are God embodied, so we can create the paradigm and vision that we see for our lives. Don't give yourself a way out with excuses anymore. You can do it. I could do it. We could do it. You will do it. And you will figure it out as you go. You are strong and wise, smart, capable to create the life that you've always dreamed of. Get to building. Once Mercury retrograde turns direct, you should know your moves and your plan of action because that's what this Mercury retrograde is about. Restructuring, rethinking, reanalyzing, replanning, figuring out what you need to do to take action to make your life unfold the way that you want. Now, Mercury will be going direct on, the 18th. So October 18th, this is when Mercury will turn direct. Pluto turns direct on October 6th, and Saturn turns direct on October 10th. Wow, wow, wow. Then it's go time, guys. This next new moon, so the retrograde season is finally over after October 18th. Okay, so give the planets a couple weeks to start moving into the new areas of the sky where we will be having new energy available to us. And the new moon in Scorpio will be refreshing, new beginning after all the shifts and changes that will be happening in October. So whatever goes, let it go. And whatever wants to stay and come in, let it stay and come in. And that is what the Venus energy is all about. Aphrodite, it's the Empress card of just being in your power, knowing your value, and allowing things to just come into your life because that's what is going to be happening all of October. So thanks for sticking in there. Thanks for liking and sharing and subscribing to my videos, and stick around for this reading. We got a card reading, oracle, tarot, and channeled reading, and a channeled special message, and obviously a special guest, my bestie Candy Cane. Hey, we're back, and with my special guest, Candace. And I'm so annoyed that it keeps going in and out, so I'm going to try to take the background off. And it's not super cute behind us, so.
Where'd my head go? There it is.
There we are! Yay! We're both in it. This is how you create balance and harmony. Look, we're flexible. All right, guys. Now we're going to get into the reading. First, I will read the Flower of Life. Pick a card from here. And then Candace will do the next one, and we'll just go back and forth. It'll be fun. You can even start shuffling them if you want. This one's next. Okay. You know what? I don't even have a candle lit. A candle lit. Like right there. Don't look back there. My house is a mess. Oh, thank you. Yeah. The candle lit. Look at that. All right. What do we got here? This is for the new moon in Libra that's happening. Whoa. I'll pick out of these. New moon in Libra that's happening on October 6th. That's next week. Stillness. Stillness. If your life has become quiet and still in your outer world, know much is happening in your inner world. Deep within, and the old and the new are stirring, coming together to form a dreamy, liquid creation that oozes into the very fabric of your being. This quiet is the feeling you have when you dream or desire is on the way. Yay! When it occurs, stay in the stillness. Don't look for the physical evidence and don't wonder what you have to do to bring it into being or how it will happen. Just let go, you know? When you feel the stillness, take a breath and go within. Exhale and relax. Allow the breath of life to soothe, ease, and soften your entire being. Allow the quiet to be there and move through you. From that quiet, the most beautiful sounds you have ever heard and felt become you. You are hearing the whispers of your heart. Listen and hear your wisdom. That's cool. What card did you have?
I picked Do Not Drink Poison.
Do not drink poison.
Don't do it.
Let's hear what this card has to say.
You deserve to treat yourself well. You deserve to inhibit what is not good for you. You do not need to try what is bad for you, to know what is not for you. So, when this card comes, Wonderland is advising you to no longer do what is not in your best interest. You have a habit or two that you would love, that you do well to let go of. You have people in your life that keep giving time and space to, despite knowing you will suffer afterwards, that you will again be upset and disturbed by their harshness, their unkindness. Poison does not only come in bottles. It comes in the form of others who hurt us, deliberately or even without their knowledge. It can simply be that they are not for you and you are not for them. Poison comes in the form of words which hurt and harm that fall from your lips or which are spoken about you by others. There are situations you may hurt or endanger. There are substances which could be toxic for you, and you do not need to have them in your life anymore. When this card comes to you, it is time to eradicate that which can poison you at last. It is not cruel to refuse to hurt yourself. You will be astonished at the energy you will have once you remove these toxins from your life.
Sober October, baby! Who's in it? You can do Sober October. And if you want to still have fun at a celebration,
have a glass of champagne.
Have a glass of champagne. Maybe just you pick 2 to 4 days out of the month to have a nice glass of wine or champagne.
Keep it
all right.
Classy.
So now we're going to I will pick from the Thread of Fate Oracle, the Shadow Edition. This is my newest. They're amazing velvet cards with beautiful art, metallic, gold edges. Like, oh my gosh. Amen. Oh, 2 popped out. So I'm going to go ahead and read both of them. Surrender and Outlaw. You know what's so crazy is I pulled these the other day. So I guess it's for the whole collective. So let's see.
Tea is just
Ooh, I know. I want some too. I got the Wheel of Fortune. You got the Magician.
Ooh.
All right. So Surrender is a water card, and it's page 70. We often hear the word surrender being thrown around intentional communities, and rightfully so. This is one of the primary lessons we are on earth to learn. It is also one of the most challenging. To surrender is to have our human nature take back a back seat. This is not easy, and we can find ourselves saying, I know how I should look at this. But we struggle when it comes to actually embodying it and putting it into practice. When we are working with larger concepts, it is important to break it down rather than embracing surrender like a mantra. Enter into a dialogue with it. What does it mean? What does it look like? If you were to surrender, how would you feel? How would you move through life? How would your heart, soul, mind, body feel? With the situation at hand, how would you engage differently? What are small things that you can do daily that hold a container for surrender? Consider journaling around these questions and sit with what this card means for you and how you can integrate it. And this one is, which one do you think it is? The willow? No, this one? It's not the polar bear. I think it's this one. Cryolite? What's this little thing? Is that called a willow? Oh, yeah, it is a willow.
Yeah, it's a willow.
Okay. So, one of the most magical things about willow is that a fallen branch can regrow into a tree. It contains a growth hormone that creates rapid rooting. In fact, you can use willow to aiding other plants in growing. Willow is an alley of rooting where you are. So often we want to be somewhere else, living in a different place, doing different work. We're reaching out, or we are reaching, but sometimes we're not sure of to what. It is often our resistance to our current environment that prevents us from moving on. Working with Willow will allow you to root into your life, surrendering to what it is teaching you now, and in turn, holding space for new ventures and new growth. We can't get to where we want to be without being where we are. And that's so true. Willow is actually one of my favorite trees. Before it was palm trees when I was younger, and then it was willow trees when I got to be about 19. And then I wanted to read the Outlaw card because that did come out, and I did get that card as well. And I think it's really trying to speak to more than just me. So the Outlaw, you can see it's like a boot and like cactus and crystal mountains. When you pull the outlaw card, it is time to go against the grain. It can be scary to do this. All humans at some point or another have received the message that conforming is necessary for survival. Conforming is necessary for survival. In fact, we are hardwired to be that way. Early on in the human history, the individuals that were outcast from their tribe would not survive. That still lives within us. The fear that if we go against the pack, our survival will be threatened. But the outlaw gives us the courage to stand alone in stark contrast with that which is widely accepted or normalized. The outlaw pushes for progress within the collective. The outlaw is a good ally for when we are working on breaking free of limiting inherited patterns and beliefs. A balance and healthy outlaw lives by our own personal compass. They are honorable and live with integrity, but it may not always be how others perceive right and wrong. For example, they won't say, stealing is bad no matter what. They will ask, why is it being done? What is it for? Unbalanced outlaw can isolate themselves, believing that they are entirely alone. This may also turn into destructive tendencies. They may also identify too much with being different and in turn are always in opposition of others simply for the sake of being so. Balanced law is confident and rebellious by nature, but they are not that way for the sake of being rebellious. In other words, they have a cause. The outlaw asks for a give no fucks attitude. In order to do great things in the world, you must not get caught up in how the herd views us. We must keep going forward with that which we believe in. Given that, consider examining what radical means to you. In what ways do you live within the boxes that society has given us? In what ways do you want to grow beyond them? And this is a great card because there is a lot of sheep out there right now. And everyone is taking everything that they see on the screens as truth. And so we really don't know what was true unless we have hands-on experience with it, right? Because everyone has their own truth. Everyone's living in their own paradigm. However, we are here in the physical world, but someone else lives in a village in, let's say, Africa, experiencing a whole different life paradigm, right? So this card is just saying, be rebellious in a healthy way for a cause and ask valid questions as to why everyone is doing this or thinking this or saying this or categorizing this or telling you this, right? So being inquisitive, and that's what that card is saying. So that was a really good card. What card did you get?
I got liberation.
Whoa, that's kind of perfect.
I know, right after
liberation.
Liberate yourself from the illusion.
Libra, liberation.
All right.
Breaking free from a negative attachment.
Perfect. Whether you realize it or not, you have become too emotionally attached or dependent on someone or something, or you have allowed or inadvertently caused someone to get too emotionally attached to you. What at first seemed like a healthy friendship or interest now seems to be taking over your life, or is creating too much codependence. A situation that initially seemed like a positive has now revealed its negative side. This is an effect, like a form of addiction. You are advised to examine this issue and then create some space between you. For your sake and the sake of others, you must do whatever it takes to break free from this negative emotional attachment. Initially, this may cause some resentment and even a sense of panic, but the end result will be worth it. When you manage to emotionally detach yourself from this issue, you will have learned a valuable lesson, and this will serve you well in the future. And as for affirmations, I release myself from all negative attachment. I trust that this is for my highest good. I trust that this is for the highest good of all. I help others most by not allowing myself or them to be codependent. I look at every situation in a balanced way.
This is a perfect card for Libra.
Balanced way. Balance.
Yeah, because it is also card 25. You can't see it at the top, maybe you can, but 25 in numerology is 7, and Libra rules the 7th house of partnership.
Wow.
And I mean, it's practically Libra is in this word, with just a couple words switched around. And also it kind of goes with the message of coming together and division and separation, right? Because the 7th in the 1st house, this Libra and Aries polarity is about self and other, being selfish and over dominant, or being selfless and submissive. Okay, and we're just looking for balance between these two. So good card. All right, next we're going to move on to animal spirit. Oh, I don't know which one. I'll ask you. Two that popped up. One on the desk and one on the floor. Which one? Okay, because that one did pop up first and I felt it too. The heck?
I've never seen that before.
A ruse? The hell is that? Express yourself through rhythm, movement, by drumming and dancing. Ooh! Let's get it. Let's get it. Shake it, shake it, shake it like a Polaroid picture. Shake it, shake it. All right. So your first experience of life in a physical body was with rhythm and movement. The vibrations of your mother's heartbeat, her voice, the pulsing of her breathing, and the fluid movement of the placental sea that enveloped you. You would flow with the harmony or disharmony of her moods and movements. Oh, poor me. For you. If you've ever tried drumming, dancing, or the two together, you know that they touch something very deep and ancient in us, something tribal, a deep chord of being where spirit and body inside. Rhythm and movement draw out sensual expression and merge with the sensuous world around you. By allowing yourself to surrender to the pause of whatever rhythm is guiding you, you connect more completely to your body. When you engage in some form of rhythmic dance on a regular basis, you'll feel more relaxed and in the flow of life. Doing so can also recreate and tap into the sensations you felt in the womb, revisiting that place of no thought where the movement moves you effortlessly. So cut loose, enjoy yourself. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Well, looks like we're going to have to be doing a dance after this reading.
I think so too. Should we make some cacao?
Dude, I'm already a little spun out. What'd you pick for this?
Oh, I didn't do this one. I didn't know this one was normal.
Yep. You got the last oracle. We are picking from the Divine Circus Oracle. And yeah, one more. Yep, I was looking at that one too.
Sweetheart.
Oh my God. So Libra, look at that.
Wow, yeah.
She's even got a heart lollipop in her mouth.
That's so sweet.
She is, and it's a 20, which is a 2 numerology.
All right. Ooh, the sweetheart is quite long.
Yes, I know.
You've known violence in your life, maybe on the outside, maybe on the inside, with a mind that has tortured you with fear, shame, darkness, and doubt. Enough of that now. It is time for a gentler way. Less pain, more gain. No more torture. It's your time for sweets and treats.
Sweets and treats.
Sweets and treats.
And you don't have to read this.
Oh, great.
Okay. Just give it to me after, and I'll help you.
Good. There is so much violence in the world and in our own minds that we can assume this is just the way of the world, that we have to accept it, deal with it, and thereby forget we have the right to question it and even change it if we so choose. Even the most ambitious desires for healing the world start with us as individuals. We cannot bring more peace to the world if there is violence in our hearts, regrets, shaming judgments, fear of not being good enough, uncertainty, and constant pushing to become more, to do more, to have more, can become the energetic equivalent of beating ourselves up every day. This creates invisible bruises that never have the time to heal because we don't give ourselves the sweetness, kindness, and compassion we need to break free from the abusive cycle. The Oracle of Sweetheart comes to you with a message of new cycle, one that is sweeter, one that is more loving, one that promises new life. But you have to be willing to dispense with the violence, one step at a time. This means beginning to substitute judgment for kindness in how you relate to yourself and the world. You deserve to give a gentler life journey. You deserve to give yourself a gentler life journey. Would you accept this for yourself? It is your choice every day whether to go into the world fighting against it or with the belief that it wants to and can and will help you do all you have been born to do. If there are abusive or toxic relationships in your life, then you'll need to do some relationship overhauling, even if it means ending one or all of them. No matter how much the people involved may proclaim their love, no matter how much you may wonder if you are making it up because of appearances seem so acceptable, and yet underneath you cannot help but feel that something isn't healthy. If a relationship is holding you back rather than helping to lift you up, then reconsider its place in your life. You cannot taste the sweetness that life wants to bring you if you are crammed full of stuff you don't want or need anymore. Create some space, get a bit hungry, ready yourself for receiving life's nectar, and believe in the power of your new beginning. You are a true sweetheart of the universe. Let yourself be treated accordingly.
Wow.
And that just goes with every other card.
Yeah, seriously. This is a great card that you picked. So the healing trick for this card is this offering to the universe is blessed with the sweetness of life. I am ready to receive sweetness into my life in the most healing, sacred, and special of ways each and every day. Thank you so much for all the love and support that fills my life now as I leave behind the old ways and embrace the new. Wow, that's super powerful and strong. Sweetness is my soul, sweetness in love, sweetness in life, sweetness in light, sweets for the sweet. I am ready to eat. Sweets for the sweet. Here is my feast. I thought they said feet. I'd be like, gross. All right, so now we're going to move on to the tarot. You can take that deck. I'm going to do a little rolly roll. Taurus, 6th house, and the North Node. So this is really talking about our value and showing our value in the way that we work, in the way that we love and take care of ourselves. And the North Node is our destiny. So this new moon is really showing us with this role that I just got that we are learning how to value ourselves, so much so that we do the daily rituals, the health habits, the health routines to make this life worth living. The abundance and our values. As far as Taurus, this is in the 9th house of this exact snapshot of the new moon. So it's also spiritually connecting ourselves with what we believe, with how we're playing out our daily routines and our daily rituals. So if you believe that you are guided, that you are loved, that you are valuable, you're going to eat better. You're going to take care of your health. You're going to exercise. You are going to create easier ways of working. You're going to work smarter, not harder. You're going to liberate yourself from the constraints of the daily labor, right? So this is everything that we're learning right now. So let's see what the cards have to say. So this is for the new moon in Libra, collective reading. Card's gonna come out. There it is. The King of Wands. And what did you get?
Ace of Cups.
Ace of Cups. Wow, that's a really good card. This one is a really, really good card because this is about it's about taking power over your emotions, and your emotions are awesome.
Intuitive card.
Yeah. So this King of Wands is about the natural born leader, a vision, an entrepreneur, and to honor those passions, those desires, and having a vision and a long-term view. How will you get there? What steps do you need to take? And this is all being worked out in Mercury retrograde. And I talked about that also being in the astrology for this month. So really dialing that in, because you deserve to have your best life. And the Ace of Cups, you know, it's so crazy. What's this one about?
Love, compassion, new relationships.
Yeah. Creativity. And being emotionally happy and satisfied. This card is about opening your heart and experiencing the rich flow of emotions available to you. This is about being more receptive to creative opportunities, to loving connections, to harmonious, deep, compassionate relationships with others. This is divine love and compassion. So these are not lying, okay? These cards, the astrology is not lying. All the energy is pointing towards loving ourselves and loving others and working as a team and in harmony to create the life, because it takes two to create life. You know, you have to have a man and a woman to create a baby. You have to have two people to agree to work towards a goal and a vision. It's really hard to do that alone and by yourself. So yeah, that's the end of our reading. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for sticking around. Candace, thank you for showing up.
Having me.
Yeah, thanks for doing the video with me. It's you know, it's a lot funner, if that's the word.
Yeah.
It is. It's fun. It's fun to do it with someone else. But you know, it also has its challenges to do a video with someone else if you're not used to it. So it's all about adapting and trying to figure it out as you go, you know, not judging it and just being like, you know what, it will just flow. Like we did not practice nothing. Like she just showed up and
just walked in with my tea
and the wig.
And the sunglasses.
And the sunglasses.
Got into character. Get into character.
Definitely. It's about getting into character. If you feel uncomfortable making certain moves in your life, maybe you've been hurt in the past and you really want to be in a meaningful partnership, fake it till you make it, baby.
Talk to the universe.
Get in your character and be like, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. Because it's about releasing and letting go of fear.
And being who you want to be. Yeah.
Because, you know, we could all be single. Us Leos, like we know, we love to be single. We love to be alone. But there's so much more that Leos can do with a partner.
We love to love.
We love to love.
We love.
Yep. And when we love and we have that mutual reception, dude, Leos could do anything.
We go hard in the paint with the love.
Yep. Hard in the paint with the love. And look I actually have the Michelangelo painting behind, which is about love and partnership and connecting. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people that interpret that painting in a variety of ways. And that's okay, because we all see things with our own unique eyes. So thank you for joining. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my videos. And if you're interested in the workshops, please hit me up. It's going to be fun. I project the slides, and I always have tea and wine and some snacky wackies. So, all right, peace out, guys, and make this new moon one of togetherness, partnership, and love.